What's going on, guys? First Q&A. If you're wondering where I got the questions from, I got a few emails the past couple of weeks that I think would be great topics to help you guys out for the future. If you guys want to leave questions right on our business page and Facebook, it's Hope Hustle Fitness LLC. Depending on how many questions we get, we'll do a Q&A every other week or every month, whatever we can do to help you guys out there and get you guys moving forward. So honestly, I'll just get right to it. We had a question from Dave. He said, how important is doing cardio on an empty stomach? Am I losing out on results since I can't get it done right in the morning and do it later in the day? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Well, to get right to the answer, Dave, you're not losing any type of results because you can't do it in the morning. There's no research or science out there that says fasted cardio enhances fat loss compared to cardio done midday, after meals, in the evening. There's no research out there that proves that. So whenever you can get your cardio done and it fits in your schedule, get it done. Right now I do mine post-workout just because that's what I like to do. There were times where I was doing my bachelor's and I had class in the morning and class in the evening, and I didn't really have 2 hours or 2.5 hours to clump my weights and my ab training and my cardio together midday, so I would just wake up at 5 a.m. and do my cardio and get it out of the way. I didn't wake up early in the morning to do it because I thought I was going to get better results doing it on a fasted state or right in the morning before I ate. I just did that because that's what fit my schedule. So whatever time of the day you can get it done, whatever time of the day and every day during the week that you're going to stay consistent with it and keep doing it, do it at that time. You're not losing out on any results. People who wake up earlier than you and do it, before their breakfast aren't getting better results than you. Just do it whenever you can get it done, and whatever makes you stay consistent with it, do it. You're not losing out on any results or anything like that. It's a good question though. A lot of people are misinformed about that. Okay, next question is Mike. Mike, I'm a traveling consultant, so getting in 6 meals per day is just not possible with my hectic schedule. 3 to 4 meals would be perfect, and that is what I usually do. But my question is, does eating 6 to 7 meals per day really help you lose more fat, gain more muscle? I want to make sure I'm getting the best results possible. Well, Mike, we could definitely tie that into the last question on cardio. I mean, you're not losing out on results because you're not eating 6 meals per day. The reason people claim that 6 meals per day get you better results is because they say if you eat smaller meals throughout the day, you increase your metabolism or you're gonna burn more calories. And to an extent, that's true. But the main reason people say that is because they take into the effect of TEF, which is the thermic effect of food. It's the calories that you burn after you ingest a meal, because digestion has to happen and all these things take energy, which is calories. But a lot of people take that out of context. The thermic effect of food only accounts for about 6 to 10% of your total calories throughout the day. 70% of your calories is coming from your resting metabolic rate, the amount of calories you would burn if you just woke up, stayed in your bed, and then went back to bed at night. All the processes of breaking down tissue in the body, rebuilding in the tissue, the involuntary contractions of your heart, pumping blood. These are all things that burn 70% of the calories that you burn throughout the day is through your resting metabolic rate. The other 20% is physical activity. How hard you train, muscle contractions, how many calories you burn during cardio, weights, all these things. That's 20%. So the TEF is really if you want to burn an extra 20-30 calories, then I would, and you want to do it by eating 6 meals per day, I would say go right ahead, go and do it. But to burn that extra 30 calories and eat 3 to 4 times a day, you could just do an extra 3 minutes of cardio, burn another 30 calories. You could take off 7 grams of carbs from your nutrition plan, which is 28 calories, and there's your negative 28, 30 calories. So eating 6 to 7 meals per day isn't going to help you lose more fat. If you could only fit 3 into your schedule, do that. Figure out your total calories that you have to take in to burn fat or to gain muscle or to maintain whatever your goal is. Figure out that, divide that number by 3, put together your meals, and you're perfectly fine. You're not losing out on results because you're not eating 6 to 7 times per day. It's just another myth. If you're wondering, I actually did an article on my site about that. I think it's called 5 to 6 meals per day with a question mark myth or something like that. And you could there's a ton more detail that I actually go into in that article if you want to go check that out. But yeah, you're not losing out on any results. If you could fit 3, do 3. If you could do 4, do 4. You know, the main reason people kind of eat more meals per day that I find is because some of them are you know, quote unquote bulking or trying to gain muscle or whatever. So usually they're eating around like 4,000, 5,000 calories per day. Then you're gonna want to split up those calories in about 6 to 7 meals, because if you eat five meals per day on 5,000 calories, that's 5 1,000 calorie meals. That's a lot of food, especially if it's all healthy food. You're gonna be full the like entire day off of like 1 meal or like 2 meals if you wanted to. So to split up that amount of calories, I would definitely say try and get in like 6 to 7 meals. But if you're just trying to lose fat, or you're taking in like 2,500 calories or whatever, 3 to 4 meals is perfect. And if that's what fits for your schedule, and that's going to make you stay consistent with your nutrition and keep you on track, do that. You're not losing out on any type of results or anything like that. So that was a great question though. This one I think I took from my Instagram. Her name's Soramar. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. She says, how much carbs should you consume? How much more carbs should you consume on a refeed day? I'm not familiar with them. In general, I like to say like 20 to 50% more calories on a refeed day than your normal day's meals. It's really customized on a refeed day, to be honest, because you know, the amount of body fat you have is gonna dictate how many carbs you should refeed with, how intense your diet has been, how long you've been dieting for. Someone who's leaner is gonna have to refeed more often than someone who has a lot more fat to lose. Vice versa, it's kind of like however intense your diet has been, the more intense the refeed has to be. So in general, if you're not really familiar with them, I would just double your carb intake on your refeed day, and see how you look the next morning. If you're still kind of flat and not really full, you're still like stringy, that means you didn't really fill up all your muscle, your glycogen stores really, so you need more. Next time, do like 2.5 grams more carbs than your normal day. See how you feel the next day. That's really where experimentation kind of comes in. I usually double my intake, to be honest. I'm taking in like 100 grams of carbs right now. I follow a low carb, high fat, high protein type approach. And on my refeed day, I take in like 300, sometimes 325 if it's like, you know, a leg day or back day, and I feel like I'm expending more calories during those workouts. Yeah, so next time, just experiment, you know. Do about 2 times the amount of grams you're eating right now on your maintenance day for your refeed day. See how you feel, see how you look next morning. If you think you need more, do more. It's a good question though. Refeed days are highly important. I'll just touch on that real quick. If you've been dieting, if you've been in a hypocaloric diet for a while, that means your leptin levels have probably decreased. Leptin's a key hormone in your body, highly responsible for fat loss and energy expenditure. And you know, so what your body does, if you've been dieting for such a long time, it'll change. It'll change your metabolism. It'll slow down your metabolism so that it can maintain whatever its functions are on the current intake you are consuming calorically. So that refeed day kind of spikes that leptin level, gets it back up to snuff, if you will. Increases your metabolism in a good way. It gets those hormones back and regulating. So you really want to take into account how many times you need to do it. Like I said before, if you're leaner, the more intense the diet, probably gonna have to refeed every like 3 to 5 days. But you definitely need to be doing it while you're dieting, guys. If you're dieting and you're like doing a 12 to 16 week prep, yet you have had no like refeed days or no cheat meals and none of this, believe me, you're not getting the best results you can. You could definitely get better results by having cheat meals in there. It's also important for immune function. You know, if you're low on calories for such a long time, competitors can vouch for this, is that, you know, you kind of get sick more often because your immune function is not functioning optimally. You know, if you're not taking in the amount of calories you need, you know, you get sick more often. And it's also about your joints too. When you're dieting and you're very lean, your joints kind of start hurting a little because you don't have really a lot of adipose tissue left to lubricate those joints, and you know, you don't have a lot of sodium in your diet usually when you're dieting for a competition or anything like that. So you don't have a lot of water around those joints, making sure everything is, you know, moving around properly. So So refeed days and cheat meals, very important. So, you know, if she didn't ask about that, but I figured a lot of people out there have questions about what is refeed, what does it do, cheat meals, are they important, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that's going to be another question I could touch on later on, but they're very important. You need to be including them. Great question. Nicole said, I really don't like lifting weights too much, but I love running and do CrossFit about 3 times per week. Will this type of activity still get me results? Absolutely, still get you results. That depends on like the results you're looking for. You know, this question kind of could go into, you know, if you're looking to build muscle, there are more optimal, more effective ways to build muscle than doing CrossFit and running. You know, research out there has proven that volume training and heavier weights, reps around 8 to 12, are the best way to create muscle hypertrophy, muscle growth. So there's more effective ways of doing those types of things or accomplishing your goal, whatever your results may be. You didn't really indicate like what your goals were in the question. But, you know, if you love running, if you love doing CrossFit, if that's what's going to keep you consistent every single week, do it. I'm certain. I believe that everything will get you results. If you love walking during your lunch break and that's all you like to do physical activity wise and your effort to stay healthy, do that. Don't try and change anything. Just whatever you love to do, and you just keep doing it. That's really what it comes down to. So yeah, in essence, and you know, quickly in the quick you know, answer, it definitely will get you the results that you're looking for. However, if your results or if your goals change, then you're probably gonna have to change up some things depending on what your goals are. But that was a great question, though. That's a great question. And this last one is from John. Taking this one off my Instagram. He said, "Hey man, would doing interval training on an exercise bike work similarly to running sprints in terms of post-workout calories burned? Think about trying it at the gym tonight. Thanks, man." Absolutely. I love the upright bike for my HIIT training, especially if you have an Aerodyne bike at your gym. Those are fantastic for a HIIT training. I mean, anybody who's done an Aerodyne bike knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, anything that you do for HIIT training, you know, high intensity interval training for cardio or whatever, try and make sure that you have a resistance there. So for the upright bike, what I do is at my gym, the upright bike resistance level could go up to 25. So for like my 20-second or 30-second all-out efforts, I put the resistance all the way up to 25, pedal as hard as I possibly can, and then I take it back down to 1 for a minute or 2 minutes, whatever intervals I'm doing. But the Aerodyne bike is great because you control the resistance on it. It starts going as you go. Another thing that's great for HIIT training is prowler pushes, you know, sled pushes, whatever you want to call them. Because there's a weight there, there's a resistance there that you have to push, make you gonna exert more energy, burn more calories. Or you could find a hill that's closest to your area around your house. You could run up the hill, you know, you're fighting the force of gravity, it's still resistance. So with doing interval training on an exercise bike, work it, absolutely. Just work hard. You should be sweating your ass off after that HIIT session. If you're not huffing and puffing, I mean, something's wrong. You're not giving all out effort. The most important thing for HIIT, work your hardest during those intervals. Those 20 seconds should be so uncomfortable towards the end. I mean, when I'm on the bike and I'm pedaling, those last like 4 seconds, my legs are burning, and I'm almost like, I feel like I'm going really fast, but then I look down real quick and I'm like this, like I'm barely moving almost. And that's how much the intensity should be. That's where the resistance should be. You should be pedaling as fast and hard as possible. And when you're done, you know, you feel like $1,000,000. You get that EPOC benefit, you know, exercise, post-workout oxygen consumption, those calories burned 6 to 8 hours after you're done. You get all those benefits. So for HIIT, definitely exercise bike is great. Sled pushes, running up a hill, sprints on the treadmill, you know, whatever you could do, just get it done. So yeah, in the future, if you guys enjoyed the video, you know, like the video, share it. Every question that you guys had, I'm sure there's 10, 20, 50 other people out there that could benefit from the question you had, because you're not the only one that has concerns or has that question. There's a lot of people out there that, you know, need help and need some guidance, and that's what's great about these types of Q&As and stuff. Like, I love doing it for you live. for you guys, because I get a lot of questions a lot, and sometimes I just don't get back to you on email, or I try my best. But I'm gonna start doing these every month, every other week, depending on how many questions we get on our business page. Like I said before, go to our business page on Facebook, Hope Hustle Fitness LLC. Leave your questions right there, or if you're the type that doesn't like you know, people knowing you asked the question or something like that, just message us, and we'll just put your first name, just like we did with these people right here too. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to our channel. You know, follow us on all social media and the social networks. My name's at Hope Hustle _PHJR. Leave me tons of questions on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll even add those in here. But really, I just want to get out there and keep helping people who need help, because I've been doing this since I've been 18. I've been getting questions from people. You know, that's when I started personal training, when I was 18. And a lot of people have a lot of questions. And what I've learned through my bachelor's and since I was 18 to now, I just turned 23 in June. What I've learned is that there are a lot of people out there that are just ill-informed on health, fitness, what to do, how to approach food, how to approach training, and we need to help these people. We need to help everybody, you know. So as always, thank you. God bless you guys. I encourage you to keep working hard, and we're all in this together. So just keep staying the course, and you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. If you don't give up, you will achieve every goal that you have for yourself. So thank you. I look forward to the next Q&A. Thanks, guys.